to find me on my tablet because the comments fly by when I'm live on my phone. So I'm just pulling me up on my tablet. I keep wanting to look at me in my viewfinder instead of at the camera, so I will try to be very mindful of that. Let's see if I can put you in a good position where I about the best I can do, and I'm just going to have to try and remember to keep my mirror low and hereish. This mirror. All right, let's see if I can find me. Let's see here. So as you come in, say hello. Just trying to find it. Oh, I did not turn my volume down like I thought I did, so let's do that. There we go. Okay, now I can see your comments too, but I'll have to look down here periodically. So no one's here. That's okay. We'll go ahead and get started. So I have not done my hair. It's still a little damp, and that is because I'm in the way. I've not done my hair. It's still a little damp, and that is because I'm going to put a headband on. So I'll do my hair after, and the after pictures of today's look will have to wait. We got the unicorn headband on, and I was really hoping there'd be somebody here because I need to ask. I have my mic going, and I want to make sure A, that you can hear me, and B, that the noise cancellation is actually working because I have my fan on and I don't know if you guys can hear it. But menopause hot flashes are a thing, and I really need the fan. So, always late to the party. I have purchased my first Blend Bunny palette, and I had to go big or go home. So this was the biggest one they had on the website. It's the Ellis Atlantis palette. This is like your perfect rainbow palette. I have swatched it. To be fair, I did a whole video, and my mic went out on me midway, so I lost sound. So this isn't an official first impression, but it is my first, talking about it. So this is like a perfect rainbow palette here. It is, first of all, it's everything. It's got everything. It has every color you can dream of. All the colors are matte. There's not a shimmer color in the palette. However, this is not 5 whites, 6 whites. Okay, we got 1 white in the palette. These are all shimmers and toppers, and they all change colors of these. So if you want a shimmer color, all you gotta do is pick the topper that you want. I'll just give you some examples and apply it over a color. So let's take this blue color here called Eternal. Okay, I'm going to swatch that right here. So there's Eternal. And then I'll take this purple blue right here. It's one of my ring finger rather. And now you've got this. So it's gorgeous. I love this palette. I've swatched everything, and now we're going to do technically 2 looks. I'm going out with 2 different color eyes today. I'm going to do 1 rainbow in tones of pinks, reds, oranges, and yellows, and 1 in tones of purples, blues, turquoise, and greens. All right. So I need to organize a little bit so I have room for everything. Make sure that you say hello as you come in. Okay, this is going to be tight. I don't have a lot of space on the makeup table. It's a very small table. It's a very small room. I make the most out of the space I have, but it's a very small room. Okay, and just because this is going to be extremely difficult to try to show you every time I'm picking a color. Oh, I got a text, sorry. Every time I'm picking a color, trying to lift this is going to be really hard. But I'll put a link in the description when I refill out the description. I didn't have time for that. But I'll put a link in the description to get this palette because it is gorgeous. Do love it. I'm going to start with a little tape because I do want this to be sort of angled. And I'm going to start with my left eye and the reds and pinks and purples. Now I have done my foundation, my contour, and blush. I don't have any highlighter on. I want a little blush on today, but I don't mind it. I'm thinking about doing freckles. I don't know yet. Alright, so we are going to start with the floofy brush. Just haven't figured out which floofy brush. We're going to start with this floofy brush. And a little pink. And I want a more muted pink because, yeah, it's going to be more reds and oranges and yellows. So we're going to go in with, actually, we're going to go with a brighter pink. Let's go in with Entrancement. It's like a Barbie pink. And I'll show you on the brush. And this is going to be my first transition shade. I have already primed and prepped my eyes. And I'm going in very light with very little pigment. This is highly pigmented. I can always deepen it up, but I cannot, it's just harder to take away. And I know dead air is always the worst, but you know, when you don't have anyone to talk to and you're going live. But yeah, loving this. Love that. Look, look, look. I don't know why, but when I look at myself on the camera, it looks really dark. I hope that you see me, and I would really like to know if the sound of my fan is coming through. But in the meantime, okay, we got that. I know, I'm blocking the camera, but I'm not doing anything right now, so don't worry about it. Besides, do you really mind me blocking the camera, blocking myself for something as beautiful as this? It's gorgeous. Alright, I'm going in with a smaller floofy brush. And I'm going to go in with my orange now. And for the orange, I'm using a color called Nuclear. And it is very orange. We're going to take it a little lower and a little deeper into the V. I'm also going to take it a little farther on the inside. And I'm going to take it a little less than halfway into my lid here. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm playing the music box that my girl Stephanie got me. Okay, I'm taking off any excess product. Actually, no, I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to use this brush right here. It's kind of a flat, fluffy brush. And I'm going in with another orange called Energized. And it's a little bit lighter. And I'm just going to take that farther on the lid because I'm going to make that a shimmer. And I'll do that at the end. Now I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to go in with a smaller pencil brush. Just haven't found the one I want. And I'm going to go in with a deep red. Actually, I'm going to go in with a combination of reds. I'm going to go in with Perception and Ascendant. Ascendant is darker, but it's a little bit more blue, whereas Perception is more orangey. And I want the two of them together. And I may even go in with a little Ecliptic. We'll see. Looks like this on the brush. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I may go in with a little Ecliptic, which is the darkest, maroonish red. This is good. And this is that gradient that I really wanted. Oh. And then I'll go over this with a clean brush, just blend it all in together. But yes, I'm getting it. And I am going to go in with a little bit of Ecliptic just in that outer corner, just to deepen it up a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go in with the brush that I applied Nuclear with, and we're just going to soften it up a little bit around the edges, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit of Ecliptic and deepen up that outer corner. Add a little more of the pink. Yeah, my girl Aisha was supposed to be here with me today. I wonder if she's okay. I don't know if you can see this. This was from a vaccine I got yesterday. Ah, it really bruised me. Okay, going in with that little tiny pencil brush again. And I'm just going to go into the darkest red called Ecliptic. Barely see it on the brush, but it's so dark. And I'm just going to do that right in the outer V along the lash line and just in that outer V a little bit. See how that just creates the slightest bit of depth. I don't want to entirely cover the red. I'm going to go over it with more of Perception. I really don't want to turn this into a burgundy look. I want this to stay red. I just wanted a little bit of depth. But as far as first impressions go, guys, don't run to get Blend Bunny. Their pigmentation, colors, I'm just, wow. Wow. Okay. Now again, it's pigmented. If it looks pale on camera, it's because I'm blending the heck out of it. It is, and I'm also applying it very cautiously and very sparingly. It is really pigmented. All right, I'm going to go in with this kind of tapered brush. Now I want to get that yellow, and I want to get it right in the inner corner. And for that, I'm using the brightest yellow in the palette called Voltage. And it is bright. He's bright. I'm going to do that right on the inner corner and connect it to the orange. I'm trying not to block you guys, but I'm doing my left, and the angles I have to do things. It's best I can do. Maybe this way? Okay, there we go. So I will say with the yellows, you got to apply a little more product to get the payout. Yellows aren't easy to get them pigmented. And they're like whites in that respect. They're not quite as hard as whites, but to get them to show up on light skin is difficult. So this isn't bad. This is not bad at all. I've had better, but this builds. I mean, look at that. This builds up. That is yellow. All right. I'm going to take an angled brush, or at least a flat edge brush. An angled brush. There it is. No, that's not an angled brush either. Well, screw it. I'm going to take a little tiny flat brush. And I'm using a color called, I want to do ecliptic along the lash line, or do I want to do black? I'm going to go with the Void, which is a black. First, I want to do colors on. Okay, I'm going to use Transcend right here on my lid. And I'm just dotting it over that middle orange. And then on my pinky, I'm going to take the Engineer, which is kind of a golden, silvery gold. I don't know how to explain it, but it's beautiful. And I'm putting it right, just dotting it over the yellow. I'm not rubbing, I'm just dotting because this stuff is potent. And then I'm just going to blend the two colors together a little bit. I don't know if that's coming through, but they are gorgeous. Now I'm going to take the black in palette, which is called the Void, and I'm just going to use this to make a subtle liner. I don't want a big wing with this. I don't want heavy black. I want to smudge this out and just do a baby wing. I want it really smudgy, but tight to the lash line. I haven't decided if I'm wearing lashes tonight. I'll be using my new Colossal Bubble Mascara from Maybelline, because I have not been using drugstore. I started off with Profusion, and so I started this off as a channel about affordable makeup. And then as I got jobs and 2020 ended, the pandemic was over, I had money to buy better stuff, and I've grown. But I need to get back to my roots because this drugstore mascara from Maybelline is phenomenal. Colossal Bubble. It's amazing. It's amazing. I did a short video on it. Check it out. Less than 4 minutes. Okay. And I'm going to take this tiniest bit of black right along my lash line, just on the outer corner. And I'm going to smudge it out with Ecliptic and some of the red. Keep looking at me. Looking at me. I guess it doesn't matter because nobody else is here. I can look at myself if I want to, right? I'm also keeping this as tight to the lash line as I can, a little farther down than the black. Then I'm going to go in with slightly fluffy brush, but smaller. And I'm going to get that red. I'm going to go in with Perception and Ascendant combined again. Where I tap, you can see. And we're just going to take it even a little lower. What do we think? And then I'm going to take just the tiniest bit of orange. That I'm going in with Nuclear. And then I'm going in with just the tiniest bit of the Engineer, which is that silvery gold. Silvery gold. And I'm going to put that right in my inner corner with no color. Oh, the way it catches the light. It's beautiful. All right, well, I'm just going to do a color switch real quick on my brushes because I want to use the exact same brushes. Because I'm going to repeat the same pattern on this eye with different colors. I wanted to do 2 different looks so you could really get an idea of what the colors look like. And I'll use a different topper. So, just to give you the best idea you can get. I mean, I can't use every color. I mean, I suppose if I figured it out, I could, but I don't have that kind of time. Nobody got time for that. So I don't need to clean that. So I'm going to stick with black on that one. Taking all the red off. Let's see. Break for sippy stuff. Warm. I have menopause. It's terrible. It's official. It's official. I am in menopause. All right, piece of tape. Ooh, piece of tape. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with blue and purple and turquoise. And we're going to start with turquoise as my transition shade. And for that, I'm using the color Vortex. Where I tap it. This should be the easier eye now. Make sure I don't have any pink on this brush. I'm just using the same brushes, so I gotta make sure I'm doing the color switch on my lap here. Not on my clothes, but I have the color switch on my lap. You don't want this to be purple yet. And if it mixes with pink. Okay, and the next color I'm going to take is called Galactic. And that's more of a blue. It's still kind of a turquoisey blue, but it's more blue. I'm actually going to, no, I'm going to do, I'm going to mix Galactic and Eternal is what I'm going to do. Hold on, I'll show you these two. And I'm going to do with that what I did with the orange on the other side. I'm going to go in with a little more Eternal because I want this a little more blue. Then I'm going in with my purples. Before that, we're going to go in with color Figment and Atlantis. I'm going to mix the two together, and they're going to be my depth colors. Actually, no, I'm going to go with Presence and Figment, and then I'm going to use Nebula and Atlantis as my depth colors. So I'm going to go with Presence and Figment. I know, you can't even see these. What do you know? But I'll show you what it looks like once I've mixed them. And we're going to start carving out my contour. Back in with Eternal. I'm just going to soften that up a little bit. Just on the edges. Careful because dust. Sure it gets where I want it. Okay. Then I'm going to go in with a mix of Nebula and Atlantis, which is a dark bluish purple and a dark purple. So I'll show you. You can barely see it on there. Just for a little depth, right in the outer corner. I'm blocking the camera, I'm sorry. Have I been doing this the whole time? Okay, and now I'm going to go in with this brush. And I'm going to go into the color Intelligence, which is a turquoisey green. That's going to be my mid color. And so it's going to get some shimmer. And then the same brush that I used to apply the yellow, I'm going to go in with a yellowy green called Specimen. And that's going to be my inner corner. Actually, I'm going to mix it with Infestation. It's not quite so yellow. Just like that. Go in and get a little more of that original turquoise vortex that I applied. Just around here, so it's a little more blown out. Going in with the void and doing my lash line. Again, the same thing where I'm just going to do no real, well, maybe a little baby wing. Let's just do literally that. That's it. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Sorry, blocking. I'm trying not to. I have a great setup for filming, but not the greatest setup for lives. Oh, somebody joined. Let's see. I've got 2 watching. Say hi. Hello. Thanks for joining. You don't have to speak if you don't want to. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera. So I'm just putting a little black under here, just tie in with that, and then I'm going to blend it out. And I'm going to blend it out with the purple. Oops, wrong brush. So I'm going to go dipping into the colors Atlantis and Nebula again. And we're going to keep it as tight to the lash line as I can. Blend that out. Going in with Eternal, and I'm going to keep it a little lower. Go a little farther in. And then I'm going to go in with the turquoise vortex. It up a little bit. And it out. All right, now let's see what colors I'm going to use for my topper. I'm going to go with the Engineer in the inner corner again still, just to keep it a little bit more unified. But I think I'm going to do greenish. Is that my greenish? That's my greenish. So I'm going to do that on the turquoise. right here. And then I'm going to take this in the inner corner so it kind of matches up with the yellow on the other side. It's still distinctly different. And then we're just going to tie them together. And voila. And then for my brow bones, I'm just going to go in with a white. Just a matte white. I'm not going to highlight or anything. I got enough sparkle as it is. Oh, a little sparkle in the inner corner. So they match. And then just plain white. And I'm tapping the heck out of it. I gotta put my eyebrow in. I don't know. I wasn't going to wear false lashes. This is kind of a big look. You think, all right, well, we'll figure out whether I'm wearing false lashes or not at the end. For now, I'm going to grab my black and find it, and we're going to tight line. Find it. Can I get it out? So I see that they've got one more person watching. I see two. Maybe you can leave a comment. I need to know if my fan is coming through on my microphone. Okay. Now, the one thing I will say about this bubble, this colossal bubble, is it's not very curling. So you definitely have to curl your lashes, but it will hold once they're curled. It will absolutely hold. So I'm going to go in and curl my lashes. I'm going in with my little MAC half lash curler because I got skimpy short little lashes and it's hard to curl them with a big curler. And please, folks, for the love of Pete, always curl your lashes before mascara. You put mascara on and curl your lashes. That's fast track breakage right there. All right. So I'm using my Maybelline Colossal Bubble New Mascara. I'm going to do both my bottom lashes first, then my uppers. And I will tell you 2 coats at minimum is the way to go. I wish there was someone here who would talk to me. Just because I need an opinion when it comes to my lips. But I just have to figure it out on my own. Okay. Trying not to get this on my lid. As I tend to do when I curl my lashes. Putting those little inner ones up there. And that's one coat. Do the right eye. And there too. All right, I'm gonna let that dry just a second while I figure out my lip situation. So in my inspiration picture, she had purple lips, which I have. I have purple right here, but my dress is more blue. So I'm wondering if I should wear the blue. And I see there's one person here watching and they're not talking. And I really need an opinion. Purple or blue? Do I stick with the original purple inspiration look or do the blue lips? No one's chatting. You're the only one here. Is something purple or blue? Really? I'm going with the blue. I'm doing the blue. And then when it dries, I have a great blue gloss topper. So we're doing it. The blue will match the dress better. Mm. I don't know about this formula. I think it wasn't meant to be rubbed together. I think you just have to apply it and let it dry. I hope that wasn't a mistake. Anyway. So for now, I'm going to leave it. I think this is good. I have to let this dry completely before I go putting a topper on my lips. And I don't know yet. Oh, my second coat of mascara. I haven't decided yet if I'm wearing false lashes. But if I do, I'll probably put them on later tonight. I'm going out. Okay, second coat. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this mascara. I know. So there it is. That's the finished look. Let me just give it a spray. I don't know if I have to put highlighter on. Don't know if I want freckles or not. Freckles or no freckles? You're not talking right. All right, I'm using my Beauty and Self Care ACY setting spray. Mmm, smells so good. This thing smells divine. All right, well, that's it, unicorns. This is the whole look. I'm going to do my hair off camera. I'll take some pictures and put them up in the group, Have Faith in Your Face. Don't forget, I've got an amazing giveaway. I'm giving away an Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass themed contest for 500 subscribers. What's included is a Cheshire Cat hand mirror, little one, a Alice in Wonderland makeup case, an Alice in Wonderland Sigma brush set, beauty brush set, an Alice in Wonderland themed palette called Underland from a company called Ensley Rain. I own this palette. It's gorgeous. I love it. Plus, I'm giving away a corner vanity. If you don't have room for it, give it to somebody else or donate it to the first runner-up. It's up to you. But everything else is really worthwhile, so I would enter that contest. Get your friends and family to subscribe. Once I hit 500 subscribers, I'm holding the contest. Anyway, in the meantime, thank you for tuning in, one person. It was nice to have you, and stay magical. Bye.